Welcome to Mr. Foy's Easel. Today's cast of characters, if you want to call it that, are these here. There's the duck and the frog, the rooster, pig, cat, dog, and rabbit. Got 7 of them. And what I plan to do today in today's program is to match each one of these with some kind of activity. Now, to explain further, I have a set of cards here, and on one side I have these terms: sneezing, yawning, sleeping, those are boxing, jogging, and yelling. And what I'm going to do is mix these cards up, and I'm going to go to my list of characters that I just showed you and pick out one at a time and then match that character, each character, with one of these cards. Let's begin with the duck. All right, I'll pick out a card here, and soon you'll see what the duck is doing. Oh, it's sneezing. All right, I've never seen a duck sneeze, but in cartoons I'm sure that's acceptable. A lot of times, whether you're a duck or not, when you sneeze, your eyes kind of close like that. And that's true with this duck here. And of course, in cartoons, we always exaggerate whatever activity or situation we're dealing with. And so this duck it's got a lot of body English involved here. The sneeze affects his whole body. Notice he's the force of it, you might say, is lifting him right up off the ground. And of course, what we say are the correct terms for a sneeze action is chew. All right, so we've got a sneezing duck. Well, the next character, I'm looking down at my group of characters. I want to do the frog. I'll pick a card for Mr. Frog. Boxing. All right. Boxing frog. Well, I'll start with his head like I did with the duck. I'm not going to make him look real mean because he's probably just having a friendly sparring match with a friend. But he does have the gloves on. And he not only knows how to punch, he has fancy footwork, as you can see here, almost as fancy as the sneezing duck. All right, a boxing frog. Well, here we go again. I think I'll turn to the rooster now. Rooster, let's make him a yawning rooster. Well, let's see. Sometimes when you yawn, you have your hand, one hand maybe covering your mouth. Well, of course, roosters don't have hands, but as I've said many times on this program, in cartoons, their wings and feathers become arms and hands. So this rooster is saying ho hum. And sometimes when you're in a situation like this, you may even rise up on your 2 feet. I suppose I could add that the reason he's yawning is he had to get up early to wake up everybody else. See, it's barely dawn, and he hasn't gotten enough sleep yet. All right, well, let's look at the next one here. I can get a start on him. The next one I want to do is the cat. And the cat, well, the cat is going to be yelling. All right. But first, let's have a short break, and then we'll come back and line up our other critters and their activities. We're back, and as I said before the break, we've got a yelling cat coming up. Now, I've seen cats make noises, but, well, in cartoons, we like to give our critters human ways. So this cat is yelling kind of like a person would. We got his paw up, close to his mouth, like people sometimes do when they're yelling. Maybe he's warning his fellow alley cats that there's a bulldog around the corner or something. But anyway, these lines right here are kind of like the lines I showed on the achoo sneezer. These lines are often used to indicate sound, well, whether it's an explosion or a cat yelling. Okay. Now we got a couple more cards, and we're going to match one of these up with the pig. A jogging pig. Now that would be a sight in real life, would it not? Okay, the pig is, well, most of the pigs I draw, cartoon pigs, look like they need to be out jogging to kind of maybe lose some of those pounds. So in the case of this pig, his expression looks like he's not all that happy with this exercise. Most pigs don't wear short breeches, but this one does. I'm left off the sneakers because his cloven feet probably wouldn't fit well in some Adidas or anything else. This pig is jogging on a warm day, so notice perspiration, and he's hopefully going to make it to the end of the line before conking out. Well, we've got one more activity here, sleeping. And the sleeper is going to be matched up with the dog. All right, now, you see a lot of sleeping dogs if you're a pet lover. And in cartoons, we always want to put them in a comical position, like this dog here. He must be having pleasant dreams, but he's not just stretched out before the fireplace or at his master's feet, he's in the chair. That's not unusual in real life to have a dog in the chair, but I bet you've probably never seen a dog in the chair with his feet on the ottoman. So he's sleeping up a storm, and let's add another character to this scene. Guess what? The man of the house was getting set to sit in that chair and read his newspaper. Notice the expression on his face and try to guess what's about to happen between dog and man. Well, to liven this up, let's put a little color on our characters, make them show up a little better. Sometimes when I have a bunch of characters like this, I like to apply colors like so. A color here, and then similar color over here on the rooster, and yellow feet on my sneezing duck. Of course, my boxing frog is mostly green. Speaking of frogs, Toadsuck Days is coming up pretty soon, and you'll read a lot about frogs and toads during that event. My alley cat here is same color as Garfield, and that's about the only resemblance. Now let's make our pig sort of pinkish, kind of like Porky Pig, and make the sun plenty red there, and give a little brown on our conked out doggy. And that pretty well wraps it up for this episode of Mr. Foy's Easel. Remember, you can contact Mr. Foy's Easel at conwaycorp.com.